Yeah, well, I think when you're dealing with payment and commission shrinking, and that's really where we started with this, you know, the commission shrinking over the last 5 to 10 years. It just continues on the street, and you know, payment for research, as Sandy initially indicated, it's becoming harder to pay for research with that commission shrinking. I think, you know, someone had mentioned to me, you know, the cash equities business has gone from like 90% down to, I don't know if it's 30, maybe it's 70 or 80% down to about 30% over the last 8 years, and that's a big difference. And you have that. You also have the shares are, I don't think, being as split as often as they used to be. I was speaking to a client a few weeks ago who's talking about paying for research, various research providers, and you know, they're a long only fund, and basically they only had a certain amount of positions, and their positions, those stocks weren't splitting. So he was saying to me that, you know, even though they were buying and selling the shares, they're buying and selling fewer shares. And so even with the commissions going down, you also have that trend taking place in the marketplace. You know, companies like Apple and Google, although just announced a split.
Chipotle just reported. They didn't announce, but the stock's at like $400.
Yeah, so they've kept their stock price high. And, so that's a trend that's been happening in the overall marketplace around payment of research. And you know, Terry probably has a few other examples, but it's definitely a market that's changing as it relates to payment, and there's macro factors that are driving that.